deep in the furnace of a dying star. Eons of fusion have created iron, and as the nuclear furnace is cooled, a sudden and violent explosion spread the iron across the cosmos. Over the next few billion years, these heavier elements accreted into this place that we call the Earth. Time passes, and humans discover this iron deep in the Earth and discover its mystical properties. They discover ways of forging this iron and create one of mankind's greatest inventions, the truck stop knife. This is where the story of iron ends, and my story begins. This is JJJinks Truck Stop Knives! JJJinks Truck Stop Knives! I'm here today to tell you about lighters. I've been collecting lighters from different truck stops and gas stations from pretty much the East Coast to the Midwest. And so I'm just going to get started. Here we have the classic Pilot lighter. Now they got these in a bunch of different colors: red, green, yellow. I didn't want to get crazy, so I just got the red one, and I say I got a Pilot lighter. I've also got Love's lighter in Love's yellow. This is one of them electric lighters that never works. I stand corrected. And I get a lot of knives from these truck stops. And I think Flying J owns Love's, or maybe it's the other way around. So, I don't know. I just heard that years ago from somebody I used to travel with. So, I think they're kind of the same place. And I actually don't have a Flying J lighter. I might have to pick one up next time I see one. Another big one is TA. I get a lot of knives from those places. This one is also an electric one, and it comes in Realtree. So when you drop it, it's gone. Moving along. I picked up this one on my last trip. This is from Get Go, which I've only really seen in Ohio, so it's okay. It's like a Wawa clone. I actually don't have a Wawa lighter. I'm not even sure if they make them. Huh. I'm glad I'm doing this video. It's kind of reminding me of other things to get. And you got your Meijer. This is a Midwestern store that's kind of like a grocery store slash, they sell everything. It's like a super Walmart, but much better quality. I used to shop with one of these all the time because I lived right behind one when I lived in Illinois. And you also see a lot of these in the Midwest. Minuteman. And you got your Minuteman on the horse. Funny enough, when I was in high school, the mascot, the team names and all that, we were the Minutemen. And this one's like a kind of thinner electric lighter. And last but not least is Casey's. Also something I see all the time in the Midwest. I don't think we have them up here, and I don't know if we have them down south, but I picked one up because it's a chain. Never got a knife out of one, but they make like pizza. They're basically a glorified gas station, but not like a Wawa. Wawas are awesome. And they do have those in Florida now. Now, something interesting. The Pilot and the Get Go have something in common. Oh, I forgot a lighter. I'll do it last then. Okay. So this Love's lighter was made in Vietnam. That's random. The Camo TA lighter, made in China. The Meijer is like those two. Minuteman, it's made in China, but you can't really see it because it's molded into the plastic. Casey's, also made in Vietnam. These three lighters, which are remarkably similar, are actually made in France. Who would have thought? I've had no idea. So, since these are made in France, I thought maybe, oops, Butterfingers, we should get the Meyer Pilot and the one I just dropped, a matching fragrance, which is also made in France. So for these lighters, I choose new for last year, Jimmy Choo Man Blue. Now Jimmy Choo's been around for a long time, and it's actually kind of been criticized as it was like a designer. It has a designer fragrance price tag, but a mediocre fragrance until they came up with their blue version of Man, and I absolutely love it. It's a perfect spring fragrance. The cap has this sort of scaly alligator skin look to it, but it's plastic. What I like about this bottle is actually in the sprayer, the atomizer, the nebulizer, and then it's kind of hard to describe, but a lot of sprays are just sort of like you push it and it all goes at once, whoosh. But this one, it's more of a mist that it goes as long as you're pushing it down. See that? And it's really refreshing. There's definitely, you get citrus notes, a little bit of melon, and a touch of spiciness. And I really, really like it. It's not popular because I think it's just suffering from, the bad popularity that Jimmy Choo's products have. And I picked it up right when it came out last year, and I have no regrets. It was $70 or $80 for the big bottle. So I got a couple more lighters actually. I just wanted to show real quick. This is a Zippo style lighter with the Kissing Crane logo on it. I got this in a Bud K mystery package long time ago before I started filming anything. It is not made by Zippo. It's not made by Zippo. It's made in China. All right, last lighter, SOB. Now you're messing with south of the border. That's right. On the border between North and South Carolina, you'll find a quaint little place that they advertise all the way down in Florida. And it's sort of like a weird place. It's like it's themed after the Mexican border. And they have like roller coasters. You can buy fireworks, all kinds of stuff. It's a weird place. You can get 1 pound hot dogs. I know because I ate one once. And I picked up a lighter from there last time I was passing through. Gosh, that was a couple years ago now, I think. Anyway, that is my lighter collection. Honorable mention. This is an actual Zippo. It's got a lot of patina on it. I've had it for a very long time. This was actually gifted to me for my birthday from a guy who's a dear friend of mine. His name is the Grand Chahi. I still got it, Chaw. Alright, next segment. I wanted to do an unboxing for you, but that package didn't come yesterday. It arrived in my city, but they got it there at like 10 p.m. and didn't ship it to me, so I gotta wait until tomorrow. So stay tuned. Until then, I got a couple of Ozark Trail knives that I didn't have in my collection. So I went to Walmart this morning. Oh God, and I just couldn't. The only reason I ever go into Walmart is to look for their knives, and I haven't been in one for I don't even know how long. Feels like it's been like 6 months, and that place just it's trashy. It smells. It attracts the finest people, and so I got in and I got my knives and I got out. So here's one that I don't think I had in my collection. I'm actually not sure. There are so many now that they all kind of blur together. And it says stainless steel blade, and then this surprised me, glass-filled nylon handle. So that might be fiberglass reinforced nylon, kind of. That's the material that Spyderco uses in a lot of their knives. Dual thumb stud opener, straight blade, rugged glass. Yeah, glass-filled nylon handle, and a pocket clip. So let's see how good it is. Or not. It's got the Ozark Trail logo, which is a good thing. I've been saying they should start doing that because I like their logo. It's got a low-ride pocket clip. Hey, they're doing much better. I like the blade shape. It's sort of got an aggressive point on it. And it's, well, any knife can be made sharp if it's not already, but this feels pretty good out of the box. We do the thumbnail scrape test. Yeah, not bad. And it is a liner lock, and the lockup is perfect. That is the position you want it to go. Let's see how smooth it is. Well, I don't feel any grit in the pivot like I normally do. Plenty of tension on that clip. I don't like clips that are too tight, but this one's okay, I would say. And it's got some skeletonization in these little grooves that they cut out. Can it be flipped open? Yeah! Holy cow. This is actually a pretty good knife by all accounts. It's got those Teflon spacers, which people love to hate, but they're better than nothing. And I'm happy to add this to my collection. Okay, I got another one that I spotted. I really like this one. It's got that Ozark Trail orange and construction orange kind of thing. It's got a cutout in the blade that's reminiscent of the Spyderco Bird series, I think. It's kind of, I don't know, it's like an almond shape, I guess. And it's got the same stuff written on the package. Except, oh no, it's different. This one, the other one said stainless steel blade. This one says titanium coated blade. But they both have the glass nylon. Take the condom off. Fulfilled handle. So yeah, well, this one's a little slick, but I think that's just because the grooves aren't really there to catch your fingers. This is actually really nice. It's not rubbery, but it grips your finger actually kind of well. I didn't look at the jimping on this one. Oh, there's literally like 3 little grooves for the jimping. That's kind of funny. It's almost like an afterthought. What else about it? It's got the low ride clip. The position of the liner looks pretty good. It's right in the middle there. Not all the way over or barely budged in. And it goes straight there when the blade is locked. So, positives so far. No skeletonization, but that's okay. These knives aren't heavy. Wow. You know, the shape of the handle is actually really nice for the grip. It's got a little more jimping than the other one. And it's half serrated. And you got the Ozark Trail logo. Can it be flipped? I don't know, it doesn't have studs. You know, Ozark Trail is actually doing a much better job on these than they used to. I noticed their price was a little bit higher. These were $4 and something instead of the $3.87 like their classic price line. But that's okay. The quality is incredible compared to their previous ones. So I'm really happy I picked these 2 up. I didn't see any new ones, but I'll keep an eye out because I don't know if these are new or if I just hadn't seen them before. I also picked up a knife that is not Ozark Trail. It is by Team Realtree. And it's got a lot of writing on the back, and they're really concerned about security, apparently. It's Team Realtree. But then on the back it says, Cutmaster, spelled with a K, is proud to introduce its new Team Realtree triple action open assisted liner lock knife. Triple action, what the hell does that mean? Is that like a revolver, single action, double action, and apparently triple action? This patented triple spring, oh, it's got 3 springs in it, so when it opens, it's going to be really assisted, like wham. I would hope. It's a triple spring design that provides for continuous movement of the blade throughout the entire opening and closing operation. So I got another knife that's got 2 springs. It's the Buck Quick Fire, and you can see where the blade stops when it begins to put tension on a spring as you close it, and it stops in like 2 different places, and the springs have different amounts of tension. So maybe this has that times 3. And then it's same thing except in French and Spanish. Collins Brothers design by Utica Cutlery Company in Utica, New York, made in China. A lot of people made this went into the making of this knife. All right, let's see how it do. It's thicker than the Ozark Trail ones I just had. Take the condom off. Oh, and there's a piece of paper tucked under the clip. How interesting. Read that later. The pattern is kind of a brown, green, Realtree sort of deal. It feels kind of strange. It's like slightly rubbery material, but not much grip. There's like some accent lines here and some grooves here. But I guess it's just a hard rubber type of deal. The pivot screw is actually helping to keep the pocket clip in place. I don't know how I feel about that. If I ever want to take the pocket clip off, which sometimes I do that if they're really awful. Now you have to like almost dismantle the whole knife to do it. There's I would say low tension on this this clip, but it's good. Good enough for me. Like I said, I like it to be a little bit loose. So that way it doesn't like tear up the fabric when you're pulling it in and out of your pocket. It's a straight blade, no serrations, that's fine. Doesn't feel very sharp, I gotta be honest. It feels kind of like the Beetlejuice knife did, and we saw how that performed. And it's got the Team Realtree logo on it, although apparently this is made by lots of people. It says Utica, but we just read on the package this is made in China. It is a liner lock. The lockup goes to the correct position. It's not all the way over. Wow. That is... Oh, I forgot it's assisted open. That's why I'm like, it doesn't want to close. Never mind. I was like, it's rough, but no, it's just, that was just the spring. It's, well, it opens, it closes rough. In spite of the springs, I do feel a bit of roughness in that pivot. Let me see if I can feel the different springs. Yeah, there's one switching from the low tension spring to the higher tension spring. Oh, and it makes noise. I don't really feel a third spring. Oh, and in the handle it's got this little medallion, Team Realtree, and a little clip for shoestring. Realtree. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Realtree, rather. Alright. Now, I did see some other knives by this Team Realtree thing, but they were kind of like, they had a multi-tool, I think, and just other stuff. I just wasn't really that interested. Now, let's see what this piece of paper says. It was under the clip there. There's the... I kind of like this logo. Cutmaster with a K, and the leg of the K is a knife blade. Okay, these are just instructions for how to use it. How to sharpen it. Oh, good luck. Yeah, they have this little diagram here. They're like, get a sharpening stone and hold it at a 20-degree angle. Yeah. Actually, it's even more specific than that. Using a coarse grit stone, follow steps 3 through 5 below while holding the knife at an angle between 45 and 22 degrees. Not 1 degree more or less, or you won't be following the instructions. I guess it would be following the instructions if it was more than 22 degrees. Repeat the steps with a fine grit stone. Do's and don'ts of pocket knife use. Do keep your knife clean and sharpened at all times. Well, it'd be nice if it came cleaned and sharpened. Do oil your blades on the surface and pivot joints of the knife. That's to protect it from corrosion and make sure it actually opens smoothly. Do keep your knife in a protective sheath. It didn't come with one. Do cut away from you when using your knife. Don't throw your knife or use it as a hammer. Don't throw your knife or you. It's just funny. I don't know why. Don't use your knife to pry or use as a chisel. Even though there are some knives that have what are called a chisel grind, where it's intended to be used as a chisel. Don't clean your knife with corrosive substances. Misuse of your knife may void the warranty. So if I throw it, warranty's gone. Warranty. For details, visit our website at www.cutmaster.com/warranty. Keep it in a sheath. Then give me a sheath, bastards. Okay, well, that concludes this episode of my show. And like I said, I'm going to be doing another show tomorrow to open that box that I paid extra for shipping and then got it late. Anyway, this has been JJJinks Truck Stop